He's everything. But he was telling me his true feelings. Oh, God, Andy. And when he said that, I thought it took I wanted to take everything in me to convince him otherwise. You're beautiful. You're smart, intelligent. He's worthy, you know? And I want him to believe that. I feel like we're our worst critic. You know, we are really hard on ourselves, you know? And I see that through him. But his is really hard. And I just don't want him to be like that. And I wish I could change it.
Seemed like you were beating yourself up too a little bit. You felt like somehow you had failed or missed out on.
Of course you do as a mom, you know. When you have a relationship with your son and you want to give him the world, you want him to have a better life than you did, you know. I picked up and moved to New York for 8 years so that he can have the best education. He could be in a diverse atmosphere, so he wouldn't be raised like I was raised. I was the only one in my class that was African American. They would play slave movies and the whole class would turn around and look at me. And I do blame myself. I feel like somewhere I missed the mark on catching it. But I feel like everybody has their own journey. Everybody has their own testimony. Everybody has their own story. And I feel like that one is for him.
Mm-hmm. She did a great job.
Angie, give that to Whitney.
Best mom.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. Mary did a great job, and the way she found the right words in the moment, I think Robert is so lucky to have her as a mother, and those words could have saved his life.
You're a great example to me.
Thank you.
What's been Robert Sr.'s reaction to this?
Broken. Strong.
How does he feel about this playing out on the show?
He commended me, and he told me he loved me, and I was a beautiful mom.
Aw, you are so sweet.
That must have meant a lot to you.
Oh my gosh.
He told me he was proud of me.
Aw.
Does he say that often?
No.
So that was a big deal.
It was a big deal, and he doesn't say what he doesn't mean.
Right.
So, yeah, and he said that I handled it in the best way.
What an incredible testament to you that Robert Jr. is as open with you as he is.
Thank you.
And by the way, what a testament to him that even in the state that he was in, which seemed compromised, his eloquence in describing that he felt like unseasoned chicken, and then the drugs made him feel, you know,
Seasoned.
like seasoned. I mean,
That was a great analogy.
that was an incredible metaphor.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a great boy.
He is.
Mary, you're a great mom.
You're
You're a great mom.
Thank you, Lisa.
I feel like the world's waited a long time to see this side of Mary.
I think the world's waited a long time to hear anyone be that transparent about drugs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I watched it with my daughters, and we wept, and I felt like it opened a conversation for me with them. Something that I could never have broached before. And so, like, I give total props to Robert Jr. Like, what a kid, you know?
A great kid.
And
That's
Mary,
the thing. I feel like you
He's a
want to
great
raise your
kid.
kids
You
to
were
talk
amazing.
to you.
Yeah.
You want them to be able to come to you about whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I always have
That's
that.
the goal.
And I always felt compelled to make sure that Robert could know that he can come to me, and I will never judge him.
Yeah.
Angie, what did it mean to you that Mary opened up to you during this whole process?
I felt honored that she shared this with me. What the world saw that day with Mary and Robert is the Mary that I see, and the Mary that I get to talk to, and the Mary that's guided me and talked to me about my mom and motherhood and my journey through this show.
Was there anything that you went through with your mom's addiction that made you able to connect to her in a different way, do you feel like, through this?
You know, it's so different because it's like her son wanted to get help, and I know that in my situation I was too little, and I know that I'm a really persistent person like Mary, and I used to think if I was old enough that maybe I could have been part of helping my mom.
Yeah.
But she said something that I've waited like 43 years to hear.
Which
and she
is?
said, I know if your mom could do it all over again, that she would do it different. No one's ever said that to me. I don't want to run the... No one's ever said that to me. And so that's why I say Mary's very wise. And she's a leader, and she finds the right things to say at the right time. And I don't know where she comes up with them, but she just pulls it out. And I thank her, and she's really, I've learned a lot from her this year.
Yeah. Whitney, you've known Mary a long time, and you've had a rocky relationship.
We've been trying to keep these tears in.
I know, but you're very emotional about this.
I know.
Talk to me
I was
about
hoping
why.
that if I didn't make eye contact with you,
What happened?
try not to make eye contact with anyone. So,
You still look pretty.
thank you. Mary, I watched that with my kids, and I haven't talked to my dad since season 1. And it's hard to explain to my kids, and for them to be able to listen to Robert, they now understand why they don't have a grandpa. Like,
Thank you.
I'm truly so grateful that Robert Jr. was brave enough to share that, because it helped my family.
And you're still not in touch? Mary, I want to move on and get a little, lighten the mood a little bit. Was anyone in the group surprised by how close Angie and Mary became?
If they be honest.
Yeah, be honest.
Anyone?
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's like shocking. It's not shocking, but like what was surprising is Mary's engagement, I think, and Mary's openness. And I think that, I mean, I'm grateful for it. I thought it was so fun, and I just really, I mean, we have had our ups and downs, Mary, but like you've always, like, I would always think of it as like a lot of clouds, but then like when the sunlight would break through, I would see that Mary that I saw in that conversation with Robert, and you've counseled me spiritually, and we have talked and had really, really great heart-to-hearts, and like, I just was surprised and glad, I guess, that, you know, the walls went down a little bit and you opened up to more friendships.
Thank you.